Good evening. Tonight we're going to have a look at a recent acquisition, which is an oldie but a goldie. Sony ICF-2001. Came out in the 1980s, I think. And here you can hear RNZI on 7425 in the background with a great signal there. These were a very basic radio. This was Sony's first foray into digital portable radio, and using a phase lock loop circuitry, and they're fairly basic, and they were updated of course by the 2001D, which is a much greater, much better radio. But anyway, let's have a look at it. You've got on-off switch here, a sleep timer there, the light, which not very good, which is pretty typical of Sonys of the era. Here, well, 5-segment LED signal strength meter, LCD display there, and of course your direct frequency input at that point, or up-down slewing, either fast or slow. These buttons here, you can put an upper and lower frequency, and you can scan between those upper and lower frequencies. This is a very handy device, which is an AM antenna adjustment, so you can tune the antenna. It'll tune the telescopic width, or you can tune an external antenna should you need to. Here's a BFO compensator, so you can tune in single sideband quite well on these. Very, very rudimentary 6 settings, memory presets, and that's it. You can't. It's not a case of 6 AM, 6 FM, 6 long wave or whatever. It's 6, whether it's AM, FM or whatever. So that's it. Here you've got your band switch between FM, AM, and single sideband CW. Of course, your separate bass treble slider controls there, and volume. This side of the radio, you've got external antennas, antenna earth, great for FM or AM. Here you've got a sensitivity control. It's very hard to see, and this button here actually will allow, when you scan between selected frequencies, when it's on, it'll stop on the first frequency that it picks up. If you turn it off, it'll just keep scanning, and it's up to you then to decide when you want to listen to something. Computer batteries, 2 AA's fit in here. The radio will not work unless you've got the computer batteries in. So bear that in mind if ever you get one of these radios. Kickstand there, which is a little bit ineffective, but still not nice to have. Your main batteries going there. Runs on 4.5 volts, so you've got 3 D cells that go in there. This side you've got earphone, line in and line out, timer, external timer, and also external DC input there for the proprietary Sony AC to DC adapter. So very, very good radio actually. I had one of these many years ago, and I had some great DX on it, and it was one of these opportunities to revisit this radio, and I'm pleased I have actually. It's a particularly good radio. You can slip over to FM, and I won't stay on FM because obviously the music, and of course you got sideband there. Pretty rudimentary LCD display. There's nothing really much on it. Gives you frequency. Sort of also it'll light up to show you how many of your memories you've got set out of the 6. And if you make an error, it'll come up and try again. So and also it'll show whether you've got an upper and lower scan frequency set as well. So that's about it. I beg your pardon. It does have if you set the sleep timer, it will show you how many minutes that you've got on the sleep timer. There is no clock on this radio, which is a bit of a pity, but anyway, as I said, it came out in the time, it was revolutionary in its time, and a few of the other companies, of course, I think Uniden bought out a radio to try and compete against it, and Sanjin bought out the early version of the 803, and yeah, there was a number of those radios. I think Philips had one as well. So there we go. This is a blast from the past, and but I have to say they're particularly good performers. Quite good on medium wave, so if you're into medium wave DX, not a bad radio. And the performance on shortwave is quite good for what it is. Single bandwidth, and the bandwidth seems to be quite reasonably well selected. As I said, very, very basic, but I think if you ever can see one of these in reasonably good condition, pick it up, because it's a radio that you will quite enjoy. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that one tonight. Cheers for now.